Welcome to Romania! Well, this is definitely not what we expected. So, first impressions of driving in Romania are a little bit crazy. Look at what we can see. This is stunning.
What is this?
Hi, we're Callum and Sarah, a couple on a mission to travel from Romania to Kyrgyzstan without taking any flights. We recently arrived into Romania and we couldn't believe that this country is overlooked when visiting Europe. We had no idea that Romania would have such beautiful architecture. Almost every major town and city we spent time in had architecture that rivals France and Germany. Brasov and Sighisoara are vibrant towns with old architecture, lots of cafes, and are extremely picturesque.
It's such a quaint place. There's just like coffee shops, restaurants, bars, and then behind me is a clock tower. It's just really beautiful. Like cobbled streets everywhere and things.
We were also surprised to discover that Romania is home to award-winning cities such as Sibiu, a place we'd never heard of but would highly recommend to anybody travelling Europe.
So welcome to Sibiu, which is a city in Romania, and we had no idea it would look like this. Like, this is the architecture that you can expect from a small city in Romania. It's just crazy. We had no idea this is what it would be like.
Something that we expected to see in Romania was castles. Everybody has heard of Dracula, and most people know about the famous Bran Castle. But one thing that surprised us was just how many castles and fortifications there are in Romania. We now know that Romania is home to over 1,300 castles, mansions, or fortifications. We loved spending time exploring a few of these castles on our road trip in Transylvania.
Whoa, it's huge. It's massive. These are the walls. And then we go up this way, up here. I have no idea where we are. We're in like some form of the battlement or something. I've got my torch on because it's so dark. You can see Sarah up there. Wow.
Most European countries have a vibrant cafe culture, and Romania definitely has this too. We loved that cities in Romania such as Sibiu, Brasov and Bucharest have lots of cafes and restaurants lining their streets. Although something that surprised us was that these cafes are definitely not as cheap as we expected.
So something that surprised us about Romania is that the coffee isn't actually that cheap. Like, we thought it would be a lot cheaper. Some places we've actually spent more on coffee than we have beers, which is just blows our mind. Like, that's crazy. But this is probably the cheapest coffee that we've found. It works out about £2.50 each, so about £5 for coffee, which is a lot cheaper than the UK. But in other places it's been the same price, or if not more than the UK, which we didn't expect.
We found lots of traditional Romanian restaurants dotted around and enjoyed the hearty food that you'll find.
Also looks like we're going to have no trouble finding a restaurant here. There's so many traditional restaurants that, yeah, I think the trouble is going to be picking which one.
Yeah, there looks like a lot of options.
A lot of options.
Another thing that surprised us is the amount of patisseries you'll see in Romania. We loved trying traditional Romanian baked goods that were extremely tasty.
So we've picked up some lunch. Sarah has a cabbage pie? Cabbage pie? Yeah.
I'm not really sure what it's going to be like, but
It looks good. I don't know whether it'll taste good.
we'll see.
We'll see.
If you're enjoying this video, then we'd really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. One thing we knew coming into Romania was how beautiful some of its scenery would be, but nothing at all prepared us for the Carpathian Mountains in April. We honestly expected a little rain, maybe some mist, and we knew that the Transfer Garrison Highway was partially closed. However, we did not expect to be able to get a cable car up to the top of the mountains and enter a winter wonderland.
How is this Romania?
Although we were shocked by how beautiful the Carpathian Mountains are in April, we were also a little disappointed that we couldn't drive the Transylvania Road, a road in which Top Gear states is the best driving road in the world. But we do realise that this is completely our fault for coming in the wrong season. Driving in Romania in general shocked us. The contrast between driving in Bucharest and driving outside of the capital is crazy. If you've never driven abroad, then driving in Bucharest might literally terrify you. However, we were very surprised to see that the drivers outside of the capital were great. They overtook us quite a lot, but they were patient and gave us lots of room.
So first impressions of driving in Romania were a little bit crazy, but I've actually come to realise that Bucharest is just crazy to drive in. Whereas the outskirts and like other towns and villages around Romania have actually been really good. Like other drivers have been really friendly. I think they've seen that it's a rental car, so they've given plenty of space. They have overtaken us and stuff, but they've not done it in a crazy way. Whereas we've driven to other places before around Europe, and it's not been like that at all. So in general, like the driving here, the roads can be a little bit thin, a lot thinner than the UK. So you just have to make sure that you don't veer off. But other than that, the drivers on the roads and stuff, they've been great. So it's not actually that bad to drive in Romania. I'd highly recommend it.
As we drove around Romania, we also loved seeing lots of horses and carriages, as well as some traditional culture as we drove through the smaller towns.
The roads in Romania are so cool. So we've just driven through a town back there, and we've gone past so many people who are like dressed in like traditional outfits. Didn't manage to actually capture that as we were going through, but just seen like a woman who's in like full like proper dress. Looked amazing.
Romania is one part of our bigger trip, and as we're travelling from Romania to Central Asia, we're on quite a tight budget. But one thing we love about Romania is the affordable accommodation.
So we've arrived at our Airbnb, and don't be deceived because first impressions aren't quite what they seem. And actually this place is really nice. So let me show you. So this is where we're staying. It's kind of like a studio apartment, and it's got like bedroom, little place to sit, and then also like a little area to cook, which is super handy. And this place I think only cost about £27 a night.
You can also find guest houses and hotels in smaller towns located right near iconic spots such as Bran Castle, which made our life a lot easier. If you're eating out every day in Romania, it can get very expensive. The prices of meals was a lot higher than we expected, but booking an affordable Airbnb and making your own lunches was perfect for our budget.
So we've actually opted for sort of making our own lunches a little bit more, and then we can have those on the go. So we've been staying in Airbnbs, which has meant that we've had the option to be able to make our own lunches and then bring them on the go.
And it's made it a lot cheaper.
We can't wait to share our full Transylvanian road trip with you in the next vlog. We've also got a lot more adventures planned as we travel through destinations such as Turkey, Georgia and the Stans. So if you want to see more of our adventures, then subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next travel vlog.
Oh, it's cold. You said it wasn't cold. It definitely is cold now.